Another challenge would be material supply. So, at the beginning, especially, when it's still just science, let's imagine, a candidate molecule that has zero knowledge in clinical development. Everyone is really focused on the clinical aspect. Okay, what it would do to the patients. When you look at presentations, you see really promising data from cell cultures, even from animal models, and the material supply at those stages is really less interesting, so to speak. So, even at later stages, also for clinical programs, usually the mindset is that we'll figure out the material supply. Let's first see if this compound actually works. So, you would have one or two slides on we're going to make this drug this way or another, and everyone moves on to discussing the clinical aspects. Now, this makes sense, of course, because the target is to help the patients and to ameliorate some disease, but sometimes CMC is a very big challenge. So it's not only to prove that the drug is safe and effective, we also need to deliver it, and we have to deliver it in a consistent quality over time in a commercial process. And these things are not to be taken for granted. There are some programs that simply don't find a way, especially with the more advanced therapies. So to make cell and gene therapy at large scale, at consistent quality, sometimes is a big of a challenge, just as the clinical aspect. So one more thing about clinical supply is that many times, again, from my perspective, working with small companies, usually they work on very rare disease and orphan designations. So they get a lot of leeway from the regulatory authorities in expedited programs that basically tell them, listen, run as quickly as you can through clinical development and go out to market, even at high risk. We'll get more and more data on the clinical aspects when we're out there, but this puts CMC development as the rate limiting step for those programs. Okay, so it could be a rate limiting step to the next clinical trials, simply because there is no material yet ready, and we must find the CMO or develop a quick manufacturing process, and it's a rate limiting step. And to market. Okay, so yeah, we finished all the safety and efficacy data collection that we need. We convinced the authorities that this is working, but we still don't have a viable process to support market supply. And this is definitely one of the considerations the regulatory authority has when approving your portfolio. So material supply is always a challenge to balance.